There we go. What's up? RoqGod answering questions from subs. There have been a lot of them lately. I'm going to turn up my mic a little bit here. Maybe not all the way, but maybe about there. This one sub asked me a question on recon, and I don't know. I don't quite get where a lot of these new faggots are coming from, because they say stuff like the stuff that makes it seem like they don't really understand at all, much less like really want it. Like they're asking me about what's the goal, what's the motivation, what's the reason, what's the plan, and I'm like, what's the plan? Well, the plan is like the glorification of RoqGod. And, that's done through me having an awesome place to live, being taken care of by my clients and my slaves and my subs and my, you name it. Me taking the money and them doing the work, and, them getting the reward that they know they need, which is me being there. They're actually part of my brood. That is the reward in and of itself. But no, this faggot, what was it he said? I'm going to bring it up. It was on Recon. There was a reason. The one's on Recon. If I surrendered to be a drone and gave you all my money, see right there, he's being like playful in like the non-respectful way. There's playful faggots, and then there's like disrespectful faggots. And I think this one is, would you manage the funds so any pre-existing debts get paid off based on the monies I bring you? You've got to be kidding. Like, there is no possible way in which that can be a serious question, can it? I mean, on one hand, it's kind of an interesting question. What if someone comes to me and is like, please, you're the greatest thing in the world, and I want to serve you, but I have $8,000 in credit card debt, and, blah, blah, blah. The traditional FinDom approach to that is, fuck you, you go into $10,000 in debt for me, like, and continue to further that along. So that's like sort of what, the textbook says. As far as, the reality of it, maybe it's different for different people. I don't know, but like, I do know that bringing me a mountain of debt and paperwork is not what I call a good slave or a good sub or. Now, before anybody freaks out that this is something illegal on camera, all my reports not in here. It's in the other room. I'm going to do, the next video I do is going to be me reading from the medical report of the different cancer surgeries I've had, because this is actually cancer. And this is actually my life now. And this is actually the only medication that I take for my pain. And every single doctor I have knows about it. It's written down every time. Like, please understand, this is not medical marijuana. This is the real thing, thanks to my stage 4 pleomorphic sarcoma. So in the event there's any trouble, I was told context is key. Well, this is the context. I am a cancer patient. Reducing the pain of my incision. I can actually, I don't want to gross anybody out. The incision is sort of, if I show you my armpit on this side, I can demonstrate. It's basically like straight across here, because I had a lump in my armpit, and they took it out. And then they're like, oh shit, that was cancer. I'm like, oh fuck, what do you know? Like, I didn't know anything. This is a year ago, and this happened. And it's like, all right, but I've got, decent insurance that actually lets me get this care, and it's been amazing care. And I told my doctor yesterday, it's like, one of the weird things about it is I'm seeing shit like Breaking Bad, where Walt had lung cancer and is going through treatment for lung cancer and shit. And there's some similarities to what I have, because 2 of the places my sarcoma traveled to after the armpit were 1 in each lung. So I've had radiation treatments on both my lungs from this shit, and it worked. Like, it's good. It's gone now. It totally did. That's amazing. This Star Wars level, next generation stereotactic alignment and radiation that just targets only this one kind of cell that's in the process of reproduction, leaving normal cells right next to it alone. That's like crazy. That's Dr. McCoy shit, and I'm very lucky to have had it. I'm getting better, but like slow. I'm still working on it, and I was talking to the doctor yesterday, and he was telling me I was doing really good, I guess. Still not over. I still have shit to get done, but whatever. Like, it's all good. And the only pain medicine I'm on, well, we've talked about it. Hopefully this is enough context to where this video won't get flagged for whatever reason, because I seriously am fighting this. And this is one of the ways in which I'm kind of letting it out. I frankly, don't get personal on any of my other venues except YouTube, because this is the one where I feel like I'm kind of not talking to anybody. I feel like nobody's watching, therefore I can go ahead and say the things like talk about cancer, that for some reason, if my friends on Facebook were watching or something, I would not be wanting to say it as freely. And just looking into this here and going, yeah, well, this is what happened. I'm not a hero. I'm not brave. I'm not, bravely fighting cancer. People say that. I can't believe how amazingly you handled it. Telling me this. And I'm like, well, I mean, thank you. It's nice of you to say that. I wish it were because of me, looking at a list of things going, scaredy cat, normal, excited, sexually turned on, or brave. And then I just clicked brave. I wish I chose it from a list. It did not go that way. If you're choosing from a list, you're going to choose to not probably get the kind of weird ass recurrent and like stubborn cancer that I have. But on the other hand, if you do have to have it, I hope you're in a state that lets you have medical marijuana, because that is the one thing that has let me. I mean, seriously, think about the addiction potential of those opiate drugs. Right after surgery, they gave me the opiate drugs, the pills. I forget which one. There's a lot of the really heavy duty shit, and I think I had one that was less heavy duty. It doesn't matter. It was an opiate, though. It has the heroin shit in it, and I don't like that heroin shit because it makes me feel weird. Like, I mean, I like to feel weird. This makes me feel bad, weird. So, if I'm able to use kind of frankly, the medication I've already been on for 20 years for things like, well, I won't even say. No, I will say. For things like, well, it's no secret I was doing it for social anxiety reasons in college, right? Everybody smokes weed for social anxiety reasons in college. But, later on, actually allowed me to be friends with people I wouldn't have been friends with otherwise, and meet people I wouldn't have met otherwise. And, frankly, it allowed me to get through a year's worth of hardcore stage 4 cancer treatment, like the best they got, without I don't have to take pills every day, Right now, I mean, there may be cancer drugs they put me on later, I guess. But for over a year now, I've been completely pill-free as I've been fighting this really hardcore cancer in how many different places? Let me just count the places for a second, because let's see, 1, 2, 3 surgeries in my armpit, 2 sets of radiation in my left lung, and 2 sets of radiation in the left lung. Once course of radiation. In other words, I go in for 5 to 10 days and lay in this special place, special way, every single day, the same way. And then they have this machine that zap, 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 like zaps you in kind of a circle around you. You gotta lay super still. It doesn't hurt. It's a little weird and uncomfortable laying there super still when you're in a weird position, but it's not that bad, and it doesn't hurt afterward. I mean, after a while, the armpit one did, because they were kind of frying me at a low level for like over 30 days. The lungs were at super, super high doses of radiation for like 5 days. And the way it works, like I said, it kills only the cells that are reproducing. Now, this cancer I got has these cells that reproduce really fast. In other words, these things on me grow fast. When they did the first surgery on my armpit, it grew back like this. And one of the things they said was, well, we tested positive for melanoma, but we know it ain't melanoma, because melanoma do not grow back that fast. I'm using my improper English to make myself sound street. Please let that not be the annoying fag answering me. Nope. Someone different. Interesting profile, sir. Yeah, I know. Where was I? I guess I was coming in for a landing on the cancer story. But anyway, it's going really well. Going forward, these videos will be dabbled with the context. I'll even read my medical report next time I'm on here, dabbing with you, just because I like that. But yeah, stay with me. It's a lot more fun to come, and it's going to be good.